So guys, it's just come out. Sega and Microsoft have just announced a partnership. Now there's been talking whispers before now that Microsoft might be buying Sega, which I never quite bought into. I think Sega is too big and independent to allow themselves to be bought by anybody really, let alone Microsoft. But clearly there's been some sort of relationship flourishing, as Sega has allowed Microsoft to put a couple of their games on Game Pass already. I mean, Yakuza, the whole Yakuza series, to name a few. And right now, Sega is saying that they're going to be developing a super game, whatever that means, in the next 5 years by using Microsoft Azure network. So this is going to be a cloud-powered game, much in the same of the whispered Kojima game that he's supposed to be making for Microsoft by using their cloud-powered, their Azure network. So it's going to be a cloud-powered game as well. But nothing really concrete has come out on that end in regards to the Kojima game. But here, Sega has now come out and announced the partnership with Microsoft. So the question is, what will Microsoft get out of this partnership? Will this game, when it eventually comes out, will it be a Microsoft exclusive, or maybe even a 6 to 1 year timed exclusive before it comes onto other platforms, or at the very least, maybe it might arrive on Microsoft Game Pass day one, which I think would be exciting for Microsoft, for Xbox users either way, guys. So let's get into this report. I'm grabbing this from VGC Video Games Chronicles, and hopefully we can glean some more insight into what this partnership is all about, guys. So guys, if you're interested, take that red pill, come with me down that rabbit hole, and let's get into this story about this super game coming from Sega via Microsoft. Let's get it, guys. Roll it. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. As always, it's your boy Curtis Williams. This is Wits. What I have to say, humbled to have you guys and me once again. Hope you guys are having a great day, and thank you for joining me here on my channel, Wits Gaming. And today guys, we're going to be talking about this Sega and Microsoft partnership that's just been announced, where Sega will be taking advantage of Microsoft cloud infrastructure, more importantly, namely Azure network that Microsoft has in place. Now, obviously Sega doesn't have anything like this in place, so it makes sense then partnership with Microsoft. I don't think anybody else will have that infrastructure that they can take advantage of. I mean, other than I guess Google with Stadia, but nobody's really talking about Stadia anymore. Let's be real, guys. Nobody's chatting about Stadia at the moment anyway, and you know, it hasn't really proven itself, whereas Microsoft cloud gaming infrastructure has, right? With their Xcloud and all that. Right now they're rolling out, and especially allowing Xbox One gamers to play next gen games via the Xcloud and all that. So yeah, I mean, that's a proven technology. It's working right now. I've even seen Xbox One gameplay, right, videos out there that's showing people playing next gen games through the Xbox One, and you know, the lag is there, yes, but it's playable, guys. I'm seeing it, and they're getting 60 frames per second, yes, at a capped 1080p, but still you're getting all that full next gen goodness, yeah, at a low resolution. But still, guys, I mean, beggars can't be choosers there. Yeah, you're getting access to next gen games through your old ass Xbox One. Even the OG, I'm not even talking Xbox One S here, guys. I'm talking your OG Xbox One, that VCR player, right? So I think it's great. So the Xcloud has been proven technology, it's working. Even Kojima has been whispered that Kojima is making a game with Microsoft, right? Also using the power of the cloud. That hasn't really been set in stone yet. Not much information has come out on that just yet. But here, Sega's basically shining it loud and proud from the rooftops. And let's get into this report, guys. Let's check it out, see what we can glean from this. Grabbing this, as I said already, from VGC Video Games Chronicles. So let's see what's been said here. Alright guys, so you can see here it says Sega and Microsoft have announced a strategic alliance. I like the way they put that, right? Strategic. That means it's clearly something that Sega has thought a lot about. They think that this is going to get them ahead in whatever way possible. And like I said, I think there's no other place to go than Microsoft if you're looking to use the power of the cloud, right? The question is, what is Microsoft going to get out of this strategic alliance, right? That's the question. That's what I'm looking for here. Anyway, strategic alliance around cloud. Now, Microsoft Tech will help Sega's mission to build a super game in the next 5 years. Sega has announced it's agreed a strategic alliance with Microsoft, which will see the Japanese gaming giant develop games using the Xbox firm's Azure cloud platform. The deal with Sega said on Monday has been agreed in principle, right? We see it produce large-scale global games in a next-generation development environment built on Microsoft Azure cloud platform. Like I said, literally the sky's the limit when it comes to cloud gaming. I mean, you're getting, untapped power there to make a game that could, literally think of Microsoft, what's called a flight simulator, right? 2020. I mean, that's the whole world, people, right? That's the whole world. You're traveling there with photogrammetry and all that. Yeah, some people can argue, is it a game as such? It's more of a simulation. You're just flying around the world, not really interacting with the world. But I think anything is possible with the power of the cloud, because it's just basically, it just depends on how many servers you tap on, right? And Microsoft has thousands of servers all around the world. So just to tap into that much power, it really, the sky's the limit what you can produce. If you put enough money behind it, enough manpower behind it, I think you can really produce something, as they're saying here, on a global scale here, right? Sega said the alliance would form a key part on its mid to long-term strategy, allowing the business to move forward with Super Game. I love that. Super Game. What does that mean? So it's going to be one game to beat them all. Is that what they're saying? This is going to be the game of games, right? Probably this is going to be the game. They're not going to focus on anything else. It's going to be the game. They'll just probably keep adding on it. I don't think that's the case. Obviously, they're a big publisher. I'm sure they'll be making many other games. They got so many IPs, as I said already. But this is clearly something they're looking to really focus on, though, going forward, as they said already, in the next 5 years, right? It's going to be something huge I think they have in mind here, guys. And I, for one, I'm excited to even get an inkling of what this thing is. A new initiative for developing titles that focus on pillars of global online community and IP utilization. Anyway, this proposed alliance represents Sega looking ahead. The company's statement reads, and by working with Microsoft to anticipate such trends as they accelerate further in future, the goal to optimize development processes and continue to bring high quality experiences to players using Azure cloud technologies. It added, Microsoft and Sega have agreed upon the foundation for this alliance, and through mutual cooperation will look to build further technological evolutions with areas such as the network infrastructure and communication tools required for global online services being a key priority. Now, additionally, by shifting to a next generation development platform, Sega can effectively adapt to diversifying work styles and potential infrastructural changes. This seems like, a lot of PR speak. Let's get into nitty-gritty, people. What is happening here with this partnership, other than you being able to use Microsoft technology? Microsoft CFVP Sarah Bond commented in a prepared statement. Sega has played such an iconic role in the gaming industry and has been a tremendous partner over the years. We look forward to working together as they explore new ways to create unique gaming experiences for future using Microsoft cloud technology. So it looks like right now they don't really have much, or maybe they do, but they're not really talking about it in terms of what actual game they'll be making or games they'll be making, but they keep calling it a super game, right? So I don't know what's going on here, but anyway, bottom line is they'll be using Microsoft technology going forward because they don't have anything of the such in place right now, and it'll cost them millions to start building their own infrastructure. Not even Sony has the type of infrastructure that Microsoft does when it comes to cloud gaming, right? Using the power of the cloud. As I said, even Kojima is looking to jump on that bandwagon. So Microsoft is in a really strong position here because they basically saw that future coming. Microsoft's always done that, right? If you really think about it, they're always looking ahead, right? They maybe come out with stuff that the gaming industry is not quite ready for, like Connect 2.0 even, right? But they're always looking ahead. You can never at least discount the fact that Microsoft is always really paving the way in terms of technology when it comes to the gaming space, right? And they saw that, look, when it comes to gaming, it's going to turn to cloud gaming is basically the future. Now, Google saw that future. They just built Stadia. Sony, I guess, is the only one that is reluctant to really go into that space and hasn't built any sort of infrastructure. I guess if you sort of throw in, what was the name of that company they bought, which eventually turned into PlayStation Now, right? But still, they haven't really developed that. That hasn't really evolved much since they bought it. All they did was create PlayStation Now, right? But if you compare PlayStation Now to what Microsoft has done, right? And they did it first, or they announced it first anyway, that they were, they bought that big company. The name eludes me at this point, and they created PlayStation Now. Like, Game Pass wasn't even a thing when they started that, but yet it hasn't really evolved since then. And that was the beginning of the PlayStation 4 era, right? Microsoft, they started doing this when Phil Spencer took over. Or like I said, they announced it when maybe it was happening in the background. We don't know. But when Phil Spencer took over, that's when the wheels started really turning, especially with the debacle that was the Xbox One launch. But since then, yeah, Microsoft has really been gunning it in terms of technology advancements and all that stuff, right? So, long story short, Microsoft has the best infrastructure when it comes to that forward thinking, that cloud gaming goodness, right? So I'm going to foresee that a lot of people are going to be taking advantage of the Azure network. Anyway, guys, let's get back into this report. So it says here that together we will reimagine how games get built, hosted, and operated with a goal of adding more value to players and Sega alike. Sega is planning to release what is calling a super game within the next 5 years, according to a recent presentation. The presentation suggested that while Sega prepares the super game, it will also release a number of new projects over the course of the next 5 years. I think Sega is definitely trying to become a big player in the next gen, so to say, which is already started. But still, like I said, they don't have the infrastructure, they don't have the technology. I don't even think they have an engine as such to use, right, that they can call their own to really use. I think they've been using Unreal or maybe Unity sometimes, I don't know, but they don't have their own engine. So yeah, I mean, really using Microsoft SDKs and all that stuff is really exciting, and it leaves Microsoft in a strong position to ask for a lot in return, right? And it'd be exciting to see what it is they ask for. But anyway, let's move on. Projects over the course of the next 5 years, including a new FPS title at a European studio, likely Creative Assembly, and their utilization of IP assets in remakes, reboots, and remasters. I'm sure we'll get a lot of those, right? It is the age of reboots and remakes and remasters, so I won't be surprised if those games that they've already stated that they'll be coming out in the next few years, if a few of them are the reboots, remakes, and remasters. So, depending on which one it is, I guess I won't be mad at it. But I'm getting a little tired of these remakes, remasters, and reboots, right? The triple R's. It's getting a bit tired. I like to move forward. Look, I don't hate old games. I think they should be preserved and all that. But that's what backward compatibility is for, right? And Microsoft, again, have done a great job in that compartment. Every time I jump onto Game Pass, I always find an old game, either on X360 era to play, or even sometimes an OG, right? OG Xbox era to play. So Microsoft are doing great stuff there. But in terms of remakes and remasters and all that, yeah, like I said, it depends. I guess it depends on the game, project to project case for me. But sometimes it's like, is it necessary really? The game was good enough. I had fun with it the way it was. Maybe we're through the power sometimes with just these next gen systems alone, especially on the Microsoft side again with Auto HDR and all that. Some of these old games look great still, right? Especially, I'm talking about Dead Space. Look, I'm excited as everybody else for this new remake. But still, guys, have you gone back to play the OG one? Right, especially on Xbox with the Auto HDR and all that, right? Oh my gosh, it still holds up, guys. Surprisingly, it really still holds up. That game was gorgeous. But like I said, I mean, just that little teaser they put of that remake. Come on, I'm not gonna lie, it got my nipples hard, guys. It is what it is. What can I say? But as I said, it's a game by game sort of case. But anyway, Microsoft has been openly licensing its cloud server technology to game companies in recent years. As I already said, and I think that list is going to grow. Microsoft and Sony announced a strategic partnership in May 2019, which will result in the PlayStation maker using Microsoft Azure data centers for cloud gaming and content streaming services. So even Sony's knocking on that door, people. Cloud gaming continues to be an important pillar for Xbox business. Microsoft, which already offers cloud gaming on mobile devices and PCs, and now on their old gen systems as well, Xbox One, Xbox One S and all that, has said that it will launch console game streaming this holiday, like I said. And in June, the company said it is planning to bring Xcloud gaming to internet connected TVs as well. I mean, that is the final frontier, people, right? I mean, you don't even need a box. Just turn on your TV, your smart TV that is, and then boom, you connect onto Xbox Game Pass through Xcloud. You probably pair your controller via Bluetooth. Maybe a lot of these new TVs has Bluetooth, and my TV has Bluetooth. Connected via Bluetooth, you're good to go. You're gaming, right? And I think even some controllers, you can even connect even over Wi-Fi as well, right? I think the Stadia uses Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth, to connect their controllers. So guys, yeah, Microsoft, like I said, they are leading the way when it comes to cloud gaming at the moment. Even the, Stadia, which is supposed to be predominantly is cloud gaming, no one is talking about it, and everyone is referring to rather Microsoft for that technology. It's Google. You need to step it up, people. I know good Stadia's still around. I know people are still playing it and using it and all that, but even Digital Foundry doesn't even do videos about Stadia anymore, right? From the time Digital Foundry don't do videos about Stadia anymore, you know there's a problem, people. Anyway, and so cloud gaming to TVs in a move that will let players access services like Game Pass with no extra hardware required except a controller. Now in July, Xbox Studios appointed Portal and Left 4 Dead designer Kim Swift as Senior Director of Cloud Gaming. Now, reportedly with a view to helping bring Hideo Kojima's game to fruition. Now, and Xbox Studios is reportedly set to publish a cloud native MMO from Finnish-based studio Mainframe. I'm not familiar with them, but hey, the Finnish people, they know their things, right? They know their stuff. So I would suspect that this would be a pretty decent game as well. And it's going to be cloud powered and MMO. I'm not really all about MMOs, but I respect them for what it is. I try one or two here and there, but I never stick into it. I never last long on it. But as I said, I can appreciate and respect what it is. And there are thousands and millions of people that love MMOs across the world. But guys, that is it. So Sega is in partnership with Microsoft. Yet it's not clear what Microsoft is getting from this deal just yet. It could be just peace, could be just money, but as I said, I don't think Microsoft's strapped for money. I don't think they are selling a license. It's reported they're selling a license to other people, and as I said, I'm sure more Sega's Sony's knocking on the door as well for that. So maybe it's all about business, maybe they want money, but I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft tries to hash in a little deal, with Sega, saying, look, just bring your games over to Game Pass. We need games on Game Pass, right? So bring your game over there. It doesn't have to be, anything big, but you've got a lot of IPs. We can do with a few, bring them over as part of this deal. Or like I said, maybe when this super game eventually comes out, or these smaller ones that they make in the next 5 years, they will get a timed exclusive on Microsoft, or it will arrive on Game Pass day one. Either way, guys, I'm a gamer, Microsoft gamer, as well as a Sony gamer. I don't do this console war nonsense, but I'm excited. I mean, I love my Series X, and there's many more stuff that I can get from it, right, to make the amount of money I paid for it worth it. I'm excited. Now, trust me, Game Pass has been the best thing in terms of as a consumer, in terms of gaming. It's been the best offer on the market since I bought my Xbox Series X, guys. Seriously, I mean, I try a new game like every week, right? And I never tire of trying new games. There's hundreds of games there, not to mention the big boys that they drop. Forza Horizon 5 is coming. This new Halo looks off the chain. I'm not really a Halo guy, but I'm excited to check this Halo Infinite out, especially with this new campaign trailer they dropped, the overview trailer. So guys, it's exciting times if you're Xbox gamer, guys. So anyway, I'll keep an eye on this story, see how it develops. If there's any more major news, your boy will cover it and bring it out to you guys. But anyway, comment down below. What do you think about this little partnership, strategic partnership between Sega and Microsoft? What are you hoping will come from it, will come in fruition? Are you excited about the power of cloud gaming and the prospects and what it entails and the possibilities of cloud gaming, what it could bring? Are you excited about Kojima's game, even though it's not part of this story really, but are you excited about it? What are you hoping to see out of this thing, guys? Would you want to see more Sega IPs from their backlog come onto Game Pass, even as as a compromise, guys? I don't know. You tell me what you want out of it. Thank you so much for hanging out with the boy, guys. Comment down below. Let's discuss. You know what to do. Go back and check out my old stuff. Like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe for watching, guys. It really does help out the channel. As I do this in my spare time, with your support, maybe I can turn this into a full-time gig so I can get more videos out and reach more hearts and minds. All right, guys, but either way, even if it's just one of you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and if you feel inclined to, and press that bell if you want to be notified when my next videos drop. Thanks so much, guys. What I always say, don't be nice to someone out there. All right, guys, I know people can be difficult, but let's all try and change the world one day at a time. But guys, keep gaming. Thanks so much, guys. Keep your wits about you. That's all I have to say on the mind. See you next time round. Bye for now.